Meesh, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. So obviously you guys had, an issue with some missed tackles against Virginia Tech. Some of that's obviously, their ability, but just how have you guys worked on trying to correct that issue during this past, few days?
I would just say keep doing the same thing. The coaches put us in great positions to make plays last game. We just didn't make those plays. So we definitely got a little chip on our shoulder when it comes to tackling. But we know we're physical defense. We showed physicality and tackling for 4 games, and it didn't go the way we wanted to when it came to tackling. But we're working on it every single day, and we know we're physical defense. We know who we are. So one game doesn't define us.
Next, we'll go to Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan.
Hey there, Meesh. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great. I got two questions for you. First off, for with Cal, what have you seen from their offense on film and as you guys prepare for them? And then also just playing at Cal. You've been there before. What's the atmosphere going to be like? What do you remember from playing games at Cal from your time over at Washington?
Right. Those are two really good questions. To answer the first one, their offense, is really explosive. They have a really good quarterback, number 15, really good guy. He can throw it anywhere. He's really accurate, especially over the middle. He throws a really good back shoulder ball. He's on cue with his receivers. All of his receivers are really good, and they know, where the ball is going to be placed, which, puts them at a great advantage and, puts DBs at a disadvantage, especially when a quarterback and a receiver are on time. Their O-line's a strong O-line, and they have, they got two running backs that are really good, and, they can run anywhere. They can run in the gaps, they can run outside. So we have a team that's really balanced, including their tight ends. I think, we have all that combination of really good guys at each spot that you can make a lot of plays. And for the second question, about Cal's atmosphere, I've been there once. I went to Cal one time in 2022, and it's pretty loud atmosphere. They can get rowdy most definitely. I'm glad that our fans, get to come down and experience game day. It's going to be exciting for them. But, no fan or any outside factor ever affects the game, so we're not really, too focused on how loud it's going to be or anything like that. We're focused on, making our plays and doing our jobs.
Next, we'll go to Matt Shadell at Kane Sport. Matt.
Yeah, hey Misha, I know you're one of the leaders, so I'll ask a question along those lines. A game like this past weekend that comes down to one play and could have gone either way, does that spur like a players only meeting? Any specific language or messaging from leaders like yourself heading into this week's game?
I would say, I think the biggest thing that we talked about was just getting back to, who we are. Like I said, the coaches, they put us in great spots, last week to make plays. We just didn't come up with them. So the scheme was there, but, us as players and, like myself being a leader, we emphasize to the defense that, hey, we got to win our one-on-ones, D-line has to be in their gaps. Linebackers got to be in their gaps. DB's got to communicate. And everybody just has to do their job. If we do that and not focus on doing other people's jobs, we just do our jobs, then, we're going to make a lot of plays.
We'll do a few more for Mish. Next, we'll go to Zuby Charles at Kane Sport. Zuby.
Going on, Meesh? Just wanted to get, your thoughts on, that last play and just kind of what was it like waiting to hear the referees give that call and, your thoughts after they, reversed it.
Oh, well, I saw it on the screen. I saw it on the screen when they showed on like the big screen when the refs were reviewing it, and he never had control of the ball. So I don't know like what made them call a touchdown in the beginning, but their call is their call. I think the biggest thing is not leaving it up to the refs' hands. We put it in the refs' hands at the end of the game, and we that all that stuff led up to stuff that happened in the beginning of the game and in the middle of the game to where it comes down to that final play. That's not a position that you love to be in. It's not the worst position, but I definitely rather be in a position where the game's in our hands and we control it. But we put it in the refs' hands. That's not something I plan on doing any further.
We'll go back to Jordan McPherson of the Miami Herald. Jordan.
Yeah, hey, Amisha, with that last play, Isaiah Horton being on defense with you guys for that last play, what was it like seeing him get involved and play a factor in that final play? And especially considering what he's been doing on the offensive side, to see him help you guys on both sides so late in the game on Friday?
Oh, it's great. Shout out to Zay Horton. He's been the, our jumper. We call him the jumper. He jumps pretty high. He's tall, he's big. He knows how to attack the ball, being a receiver. So he's always been in that spot. We just have never been put in that situation like that. But I think it's amazing he's able to do both things. He had an amazing game when it came to offense, you know, scoring touchdown, had a huge catch, you know, over the middle, diving. And then just for him to cap off the game, you know, doing something that receivers usually don't do, which is play on defense. It was just amazing. You know, it's a blessing. And he's having a great season right now. And I know he's planning to make more plays on offense and, you know, on defense if he has to.
We'll wrap up for Meesh with Marcus Benjamin at Canes County. Marcus?
Hey, Meesh, how's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Just wanted to ask about the play of Zaquan Patterson toward the end of the game. Of course, he was inserted in the game because I believe because of injury, and he was asked to step up in a big moment in the fourth quarter. So, what have you seen from him and his development, and how confident do you feel he can step in again if needed?
I mean, you're right. You know, that's a really good question. I would just say, you know, when it comes to Zaquan, you know, that's the dude that, you know, I called it, you know, earlier in the season, that, you know, he's going to be that type of guy that he's going to play. He's going to make a lot of plays. You know, when he got subbed in, I was like, hey, you ready? He was like, yep, I'm ready. There was no like, hey, you got to make sure you do this. You got to make sure you do that. Like, there was no concern from anybody on the team. There was no concern by me, the coaches, of him going in the game. You know, we knew when he got in the game, you know, he was going to make plays. He's really smart. So he knows, you know, where to put guys in. He knows spots to play. He's a really good tackler. You know, he made some plays, you know, immediately when he got in the game. So that just shows the type of player he is. And there was really no flinch or any concern of him going in the game. You know, that's what happens when, you know, you have depth, you know, in the back end like we do, and guys that, you know, if someone can go down, you know, the standard doesn't drop.
Awesome, Meesh. We appreciate your time and good luck on Saturday.
All right. Thank you.